Welcome back to my channel, Fazbear's Menagerie of Madness, where I'll explore the universe of Five Nights at Freddy's and I hope a new and unique interpretation of events. Throughout the Five Nights at Freddy's series, the 8-bit games function as a cryptic history of the franchise's darker moments through storytelling. These games often seem like a work of a programmer or insider attempting to document a series of tragic events within the world of Fazbear Entertainment. By using the pixelated art style and simplified gameplay, the minigames create a stark contrast to the more complex main games. One of the most compelling aspects of these minigames is their intended ambiguity. Names and specific locations are often omitted, which heighten intrigue and also the idea of secrecy. Characters depicted within the games often share their similarities with known entities in the broader FNAF universe, leaving interpretations up to players to piece together. For instance, the character often referred to as Purple Guy is widely interpreted to be William Afton, yet his identity is never directly confirmed within the 8-bit games. The decision to withhold direct names could stem from hiding the in-universe practices of Fazbear Entertainment. Given the company's history of cover-ups and public relations disasters, it stands to reason that any explicit references to individuals associated with the tragedies are to be suppressed. This not only protects the reputation of the fictional company, but also draws the players in to study the lore. We might not know the coder's name, but there are a couple of candidates worth considering. Oswald from Into the Pit and Steve Snodgrass from the Fazbear Fright story Help Wanted have both come to mind. By the end of Steve's story, his life seemed to be in ruins, but he didn't appear to harbour any resentment towards Fazbear Entertainment, making it unlikely that he created the games. On the other hand, Oswald's connection to the events of 1985 is more compelling, and he directly experienced them. It's possible he researched the Afton family and developed the games as a historical record for future researchers. This brings up two key questions. When would Oswald have created these games? The timeline seems off, as the games appear more suited to an early arcade machines rather than the mobile or console era he lived in. Additionally, how did he come across details about events like Follow Me or Foxy Go Go Go, which only William Afton witnessed? Not knowing the creator isn't going to stop us from theorizing about the message they are sending. The games exist to show us events from the timeline that aren't covered in major events by major characters. These events are short and important enough to bury in the code of an arcade game. The character of Purple Guy is predominantly shown in these games. The community has collectively come to the conclusion that they are of series villain William Afton, and the locations they take place are of the restaurant and the diner, although they can also be subtly telling us details of when. When we see the Feed Me minigame, we are quite sure it connects to the death of Charlotte Emily, outside of Fredbear's family diner with William. The use of the Fredbear Springlock costume happened at the diner. The diner was closed and abandoned following Charlotte's death. In this game, William appears as a light-coloured purple sprite emerging from a purple car. In the Foxy Go 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 minigame, we encounter Foxy appearing on the stage to the applause of children. Assuming it represents the show happening every hour on the hour, then on the third hour, William came off stage watching the events happen. He appears a darker shade of purple than before. For the Follow Me minigame, we encounter the animatronics being led by Shadow Freddy towards the back room, a room they cannot enter as the back room has been removed from the animatronics' digital map of the restaurant. This is for the safety of staff who can enter the room safe from the animatronics. William appears in a darker shade of purple again. All three of these games I've listed in canonical order, and each time Purple Guy's sprite's colour gets darker. This could be a sign of the age of the character. If you are piecing this together based on this rule, Charlotte died first, William saw 5 children in Foxy Cove next, then William got springlocked in an abandoned restaurant. So why is William associated with the colour purple? While I don't think Scott had the entire backstory mapped out from the start, I believe the purple colour is significant to William. Spring Bonnie is closely linked to him, but I suspect an earlier version of Bonnie could represent William's origins. In Help Wanted, we encounter a character known in the community as Glitchtrap. This character is a costume version of the beloved Freddy Fazbear Bonnie, but with one key distinction: it lacks any animatronic components. Compared to other iterations of Bonnie in the series, this one appears more basic, suggesting it might be the original. Although we lack clear details about who wore this costume, its design doesn't fit with the locations it appears in, whether it's the advanced VR settings or the 1980s Freddy Fazbear. This costume seems to predate the others. I propose the golden rabbit with the purple vest and bow tie is the first iteration. The purple colour has become iconic with Bonnie and serves as a defining characteristic. I suggest this is why a programmer would choose the sprite colour of the initial costume character to subtly convey the identity of a person without directly naming them. So why is Mike purple? Some characters don't have specific costumes. Mike is often associated with Foxy Bro, though it's important to note that Foxy was a mask, not the actual costume. Mike turns purple because his body is deteriorating due to the removal of his internal organs. This explains why the crying child, Mike, Charlotte and Elizabeth are all shown in skin tones. But then why is the mustard man in Midnight Motorist depicted in an unusual colour? This could be another instance of the colour rule applying to him as well. In previous videos I've suggested the mustard man might actually be Henry, not William. I also theorised that the other characters in the house are Mike Afton and the crying child. The idea that Henry would be depicted in a yellowish golden hue makes more sense in this context. It's not William, it's Henry. After all, Fredbear has always been shown in a golden colour. Here's one final thought for you. Is the green guy in Midnight Motorist someone significant? Since Midnight Motorist shows a character on the couch with a distinct skin tone, the green guy should logically follow a similar colour scheme. Why is this important? If the colour rule is a real concept in the series, it should apply to the characters as well. The only characters early in the series with a green hue are Happy Frog and an early Montgomery Gator. Now, considering that Andrew is later shown wearing a gator mask in the story The Man in Room 1280, could it be possible that his father wore an early version of the Montgomery Gator costume in the timeline? This isn't directly mentioned anywhere in the series. It's really only a theory to consider. If Andrew's connection to the story is through his father, perhaps his job as a bouncer outside a bar could mean he lost his position earlier from the restaurant. This could be one potential storyline to explore in the future. So if you take anything from this video, let it be this. The smallest details can become significant down the line. Stay open to different ideas and interpretations. Thanks for sticking with me until the end. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and help support the channel. And to stay updated in future contents, be sure to subscribe.